It is a beautiful 60-degree day in Cleveland for week 5 of this NFL season. We're getting set for the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Paul Maguire and with Boomer Esiason, sidelined by that sprained ankle last Sunday night of the loss for the Chicago Bears. It will be Jack Trudeau starting at quarterback for the New York Jets. Played so-so in relieving Boomer last week. Had a very strong preseason, but making his first start in nearly a year.
And the Cleveland Browns are not happy to see Jack Trudeau. In fact, talking to Bill Belichick yesterday, he said the New York Jets maybe a better football team with Trudeau. But I think that goes back to a year ago when Trudeau was with Indianapolis and he threw for almost 300 yards against the Browns.
And Paul, as we discussed on NFL Live, despite the fact the Browns have that record of 3-1, they are not receiving much respect here in Cleveland. But Vinny Testaverde has played well at quarterback, despite the fact that he's been intercepted 8 times.
Well, you know, he was with Tampa Bay, and he threw so many interceptions at Tampa Bay, and you bring that baggage with you. He has 8 interceptions so far this year, but you have to take 4 of those interceptions, where 3 of them were Hail Marys into the end zone, and 1 was a 4th down play instead of punting. So, actually, 4 interceptions, I would say. Marv?
All right, Cleveland has won the toss, and they will receive with the very dangerous combination of Randy Baldwin and Eric Metcalf. Baldwin averaging 39.5 yards per return for his 8 returns. And Eric Metcalf, always one of the dangerous return men in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns with wins over Cincinnati, Arizona last week, Indianapolis. They lost at home to Pittsburgh. While the New York Jets, in some quarters, looking at this as a crisis game after the wins over Buffalo and Denver, lost the last 2 to Miami and Chicago. And last Sunday night, Pete Carroll called the defeat a miserable performance. Nick Lowry getting set to kick it off. And here comes Metcalf. Jet special teams did not play well last Sunday night against Chicago. This time Metcalf cut down after returning it for 20. Kurt Barber on the tackle. That Cleveland offensive line, a revamped line, and they have played well. Wally Williams for the injured Steve Everett. Doug Dawson has drawn the starting nod at the left guard position. The quarterback is Vinny Testaverde. Eric Metcalf, Tommy Vardell are the running backs. Michael Jackson, the dangerous wide receiver, sitting out with a pulled hamstring. So they go with the rookie, Derek Alexander, and Rico Smith. When they go 3 wide, Keenan McCardle comes out along with the tight end, Brian Kinchin. As Vardell shifting as Testaverde picks it up and swings it out. Leroy Hall. Hit down at the 25 by the combination of Bobby Houston and Donald Evans. The Jets' defensive front 4 without the injured Marvin Washington, who was sitting it out. Mark Gunn and Bill Pickell also hit by injuries. Paul Fraze starting, along with Tony Casillas making his first start as a New York Jet. And Kyle Clifton is starting for the injured Marvin Jones, although Jones is available. Aaron Glenn, the rookie quarterback, James Hasty on the other side, and he has been a player who has been picked on over the first 4 games. Second down play, and it is Metcalf stopped. A short pickup, Tony Casillas on the stop.
Tony Casillas on the stop along with Brian Washington. Brian Washington just makes a great hit. Watch. Casillas will be on the bottom of the play, and he's 92. But watch at the top of the play on the right-hand side. Here comes Washington. Goodbye, Metcalf.
Tony Casillas, who last played in the Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys before making his return last Sunday against the Bears. It's a 3rd and 6 for the Browns from their 27-yard line. Testaverde over the middle through the hands of Vardell. He was covered by Houston. So it's a 3 and out for the Browns on their opening series.
Boy, Vardell is still down. I mean, he really takes a shot. First of all, the ball is up in the air when Vardell comes out. And this is Washington. Watch Washington again. Second hit in a row. Bam! That's a good, clean hit. He hits Vardell, not with his helmet, but with his shoulder. Vardell is still down.
Tommy Vardell being checked out. And we'll take a break. Tommy Vardell helped back to the Cleveland sideline, and we'll pass on a report as soon as it comes across as Tom Tupa gets set to punt away to Clifford Hicks. We're just underway at Cleveland Stadium. Hicks on the return, and he's run out at the 35-yard line. Run out by backup linebacker Mike Caldwell. A 50-yard punt, a 13-yard return. A look at the Jet offensive line. They are banged up, going with Criswell, Duffy, Sweeney, White, and Malamala. Jack Trudeau making his first start for the New York Jets. He has Johnny Johnson and Brad Baxter, also bothered by injury, still getting over the turf toe. Art Monk, Rob Moore, Johnny Mitchell are the receivers. Mitchell coming off a very long night against the Bears. When they go 3 wide, the speedy Stevie Anderson comes on. First down at the 37-yard line. Trudeau off the roll. Goes short range for Johnson. Johnny Johnson broke a tackle and was forced out by Carl Banks. It's a pickup of 9 as you look at the Browns defensive front 4, with Dan Footman starting for the injured Anthony Pleasant, who sat out last week with a full groin, although Pleasant is available. Today, Michael Dean Perry, always a concern of the Jets. Couple of former New York Giants, Carl Banks and Pepper Johnson. The rookie Antonio Langham, a first-round draft pick out of Alabama, has played well. And Caldwell and Booth come in when Cleveland goes to the nickel at the second down, about 2, as Baxter picks up the first down. Rob Burnett, a native of Long Island, making the stop on Brad Baxter.
I like the first call the Jets had, which was a bootleg with Trudeau. And it establishes something. They're going to run some play action, and that enables them to freeze the linebackers of Cleveland and get more passes to the backs coming out of the backfield.
And the Jets are hoping to establish a running game. Surprisingly, last week in the first half, they ran it only 6 times. Here's Baxter trying the left side. And it's Dan Footman making the stop. We're told that Jack Trudeau was expecting a busload of some 25, 30 people making their way to the game here in Cleveland from Indianapolis, but Paul, it broke down, and they will not get here in time for the game. Not a good sign for Jack.
Yeah, especially when it breaks down about 3 miles from where you just left.
Second down and 6 at the 47.
Change of the play.
And Trudeau goes sideline right at the marker, completing to Rob Moore, who is covered by Don Griffin. And let's see where they spot it. Needed 6 for a first down.
Got to get to the 41. It'll be third and about a half a yard. Don Griffin, number 28. Here's Rob Moore, still with the cast on. Just a little break to the outside. He knows he can't go any further. He puts his leg up to go further, but it's measured where the ball is, not where your foot is.
So just shy, third and about a half yard from the 42. And it is a quarterback sneak for Trudeau. And a first down for the Jets.
No deception on that play, excuse me, Marv, because when the back goes in motion in the backfield, the only guy there with the ball is Trudeau. There's nobody else there. He's either has to throw it or run with it. You see Johnson going out. Here's Trudeau. He's all by himself. Does get the first down.
Jack Trudeau started the first 5 games last season for the Colts. His best performance coming against the Cleveland Browns, as you mentioned earlier. 22 of 38. 260 yards for Trudeau and a victory for the Colts over the Browns. The hole opened up momentarily for Johnny Johnson. And again, it's Dan Footman, this time combining with Bill Johnson to make the stop. Jack Trudeau, though, handling a scaled-down game plan today as you look at the 8-year career of Jack Trudeau as a member of the Indianapolis Colts. Had some good moments filling in for the likes of Jeff George and Chris Chandler. Came on for the injured Boomer Esiason last week. Not able to get much going, though. 5 of 12 against the Bears. Intercepted, fumbled once. Signed as a free agent last May and had a strong preseason. 2nd down and 7. And he goes to the other sideline, incomplete. Intended for Moore, covered by Langham.
You know, one thing, talking to Jack Trudeau yesterday, and it really is sad, because here was a guy in Indianapolis, was their most valuable player one year, and then the next year they draft Jeff George, and he's out of a job again. I mean, he's just really never, I don't think he's ever had the respect of coaches, and I think he's an excellent player.
And this not good news for the Browns. Tommy Vardell. Looks like they're putting a splint on his left leg. We are still awaiting for official word on the injury. 3rd down and 7, and Trudeau is hit down. Rob Barnett with his 2nd sack of the season.
Boy, Rob Barnett, and Trudeau really doesn't see him. He's looking downfield, he being Trudeau. And Barnett comes in and makes the play. Take a look at what happens. Trudeau's looking to his left. He really doesn't see him until the last second, and Barnett goes over the top of him. What a great play.
So the Jets forced to punt the former Brown Brian Hansen. Punting to Eric Metcalf, who lets it fly by into the end zone. It goes down as a 45-yard punt, and the Browns, when we come back, will start out from their 20. Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium. Marv Albert and Paul Maguire. No score here in the early moments of the Browns taking over at their 20-yard line. A lot of shifting on both sides of the line of scrimmage as Testaverde is able to hit the Metcalf short range. He was stopped by Houston and Hasty, and just a moment ago, Tommy Vardell, who on the very first series went down, had a splint placed on his left leg, being taken off to the Cleveland locker room. We're joined on the sidelines today by Mary Ann Grabavoy. Let's go to Mary Ann for a report.
Thank you, Marv. Tommy Vardell, their big fullback, a 3rd-year man out of Stanford. It's a left leg that he hurt in that first series. They put the leg in an air splint. Dr. John Bergfield has taken him inside. They've immobilized it. They're probably going to do x-rays right here at the stadium. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mary Ann. Metcalf able to make the catch for the 1st down. He was covered by Ronnie Lott. That is a pickup of 5 and a Browns 1st down.
You said that the motion of the Cleveland Browns on that first play, they had 3 different people move at different times, which 2 people can't move at the same time. But on this play here, they're trying to get the ball to Metcalf. When they get him isolated, this time, when he's on the outside, you see him isolated on Lott. The time before that, he was isolated on James Hasty. So what they're trying to do is get one-on-one with Metcalf as much as possible.
Browns now 1st down at their 32-yard line. Alexander in motion. And it's back to the ground for Horde. And Leroy Horde is bottled up.
Lageman just makes a play. He's up in the middle, number 56, along with Marvin Jones, 54.
It'll be a 2nd down and 10. 7:35 remaining in this first quarter. Long look by Testaverde, and then able to complete for a 1st down with the rookie from Michigan, Derek Alexander, who was tackled by Hasty, but again they are going in the direction of James Hasty.
They go in direction of James Hasty, and Ronnie Lott wanted to take a shot at Derek Alexander. You're going to see something here. You see where they're working on Hasty, and I want you guys to hold this for just a second. Right after the catch, let him go now, and right after the catch, right here, hold it. See this guy, Ronnie Lott. I got to use this guy here. Watch Lott. Watch what he does. He misses him with an elbow right there, going for the ball. He missed.
Again at 21, 1st down at the Jet 48-yard line. Play action. Testaverde going deep. And overthrows Rico Smith, who has excellent speed. He was covered by the combination of Lott and Hasty. And Paul, the Browns have been a big play team over their first 4 games this season, looking for the big play once again.
Let me tell you what, Testaverde before has been underthrowing Smith because they said, you know, he can't get to him, he doesn't know how fast he is. But the guy that's going to make a difference in this whole thing is going to be Ronnie Lott downfield. Now, they're going to try to get to this guy down the middle. But watch what happens when Lott comes into the picture. We'll go down, and we get a little bit further down here. This ball is in there, and right in here, you see Ronnie Lott on the inside. It slowed down Smith, even though he didn't hit him.
And it's a 2nd down and 10 at the 48. The swing for Hall. He is stopped at the line. Donald Evans and the one-time Cleveland Brown, Brian Washington, make the stop. I mentioned the big play offense of the Browns. They have scored 11 touchdowns this season. 6 of them have been on plays longer than 55 yards. Take a look at this. The trend began early when Randy Baldwin returned a kick 85 yards for a touchdown in the season opener against Cincinnati. Then Metcalf returned to punt 92 yards for a touchdown, and you can see how they have done it with long gainers. 3rd down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Metcalf in motion. And Testaverde coming from Metcalf, and that was nearly intercepted by Brian Washington. Through the hands of Metcalf, through the hands of Washington.
It goes through the hands, but they have Metcalf open. Watch it. You'll see Metcalf go in motion. And once he goes in motion, Marv, there's no one back there. Now you know it's a pass play. He goes right down the seam of the zone. Inside the 2 linebackers, and the ball goes off his arms. He should have caught the ball.
So 4th and 10, and Tom Tupa will come on to punt for the 2nd time. It's Clifford Hicks back. And the fair catch taken at the 14-yard line. No score here in Cleveland. We'll be right back. Well, the Jets going to the offense. The quarterback, Jack Trudeau, making his first start as a New York Jet, a subject that we discussed with him last night.
Well, I think the one thing that hopefully will come out of this is that I think a lot of our guys on offense were maybe waiting for Boomer to make a play. Now maybe they'll step up and do what they're supposed to do. I think what's been stopping us on offense is that we've just kind of all been going in different directions, and maybe now with a different focus behind the center, they'll decide that they have to do exactly what they're supposed to do, which is how you win.
Yes, the Jets did go in all different directions last Sunday night against the Chicago Bears, and not able to do it on the ground, and you can see they're trying to get the running game going. Johnny Johnson got the call. Bill Johnson and Michael Dean Perry made the stop, and it's a pickup of only 1.
I like the running game, but I don't like where they're running. You don't want to run where Johnson and Michael Dean Perry are, because I mean, they stop the middle. That's their job, and they do it as well as anyone in the league.
It's a 2nd and 9 at the 16. And Johnson lost his footing. Stephon Moore, one-time Jet, coming up from the strong safety position to cover up on Johnson. It'll be a 3rd down and 8 at the 17. Well, first 2 wins of the season over Buffalo and Denver. The Jets ran well. Also were able to maintain the time of possession. Obviously not the story in the last 2 games against Miami and Chicago when they were beaten.
Well, in the passing situation, you've got to get Johnny Mitchell, number 86, into the ball game.
Trudeau in trouble, able to connect with Baxter, and he is stopped short of a 1st down. Isaac Booth, the nickelback, getting the clamps on Brad Baxter, who picked up 7, but short of a 1st down.
This is what really frustrates a quarterback. The thing that makes this play work is the rush of the defensive line, because Trudeau now cannot go downfield. Watch Trudeau as he sets up. Once he does, here they come. Footman and Burnett are coming right at him. Now he has to step up and dump it to the back, which is the short man. Now the ball's in almost, Baxter almost gets the 1st down. He fights for it, but he's going to be about a half a yard short.
So with just under 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter, the crowd reacting to the Cleveland defensive unit. And Brian Hansen will punt to Eric Metcalf. You know, Brian Hansen began this week as the possible emergency quarterback and lost the job.
Yeah, they saw him throw.
Yes, they did. He had not played quarterback since the 8th grade. Tossed a couple, and Pete Carroll gave him the thumb. He says it'll be either Anthony Johnson or Johnny Johnson should there be an emergency. Hansen with a wobbler played by Metcalf. Oh, good coverage by the Jets. Anthony Pryor, who is known as the gunner in the Jets special team alignment, was able to cut Metcalf down. Back in Cleveland with 3:39 remaining first quarter. The Browns and the Jets are scoreless. And here's Ernest Biner for a short pickup. Ronnie Lott made the stop. Well, Tuesday night, a show that everyone will be talking about. An all-new Fraser, followed by an all-new Larroquette. That's this Tuesday, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central, right here on NBC. Second down play, 2nd and 9 at the 35. Vinny Testaverde thus far 5 of 8 for 33 yards. Neither club able to get anything going here at the start. Comes back to Testaverde. He can't find anybody, then goes short runs and it is dropped by Hoare. Little razzle-dazzle by the Browns.
Well, you throw it to Metcalf, but the defensive secondary just played it so smart. They never moved. Watch, Metcalf's going to get it back, and you see the time. Watch, the whole defensive line freezes. They stop. Testaverde's just standing back there. He's getting some pretty good blocking, but the defensive lineman has stopped, and now he's got Hoare. He dumps it to him in his hands, does not control the football. Should have caught it. But the secondary was so good for the Jets, there was just no place to throw the ball downfield.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9. The lone deep back is Hoare. The tight end Kitchen in motion. Testaverde off the roll. Testaverde running and comes up short. And now a late flag thrown. Donald Evans chasing Testaverde out of bounds.
What happens is they push Testaverde after he goes out of bounds. And, you know, the official is right there. You can't touch the quarterback if he is running to get out of bounds. Testaverde on this play is not making any attempt to go upfield any further. He is going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 62, defense, late hit out of bounds. First down.
Well, that can't be 62. It's got to be 66. It's got to be Donald Evans because that's Duffy who's on offense. Here it comes. Watch this. See, he's going out of bounds right here. He's out. He's way out. Now he pushes him from behind. It's not much, but it's enough. You can't put your hands on the guy. I like the call.
The referee today is Johnny Greer. Now, we saw Johnny Greer and his crew in Detroit last week for the Patriot Lion game, and they were flag happy. It's been a quiet start here this afternoon.
The last 2 weeks, this crew here has thrown the flag 26 times each game.
And a first down at the 45-yard line. Hoare stopped by Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones was a question mark, still bothered by the sprained ankle. So we'll see quite a bit of Kyle Clifton here this afternoon. Marvin Jones, despite the sprained ankle, last week came up with 19 total tackles against Chicago, perhaps his finest all-around game.
You know, you hear some great individual statistics in the game, the Ronnie Lotts also, but yet this team last week against Chicago, they were just horrible.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Pete Carroll called it a miserable performance. 2nd down and 9. Swing for Hoare. Hoare broke a tackle and then taken down short of the first down. A pickup of 7.
The fans here at Cleveland, I did their preseason games, and they love Leroy Hoare. Leroy Hoare never stops moving. It's a continuous motion to him. His first effort is the continuous effort. Watch Hoare when he catches this ball. And Lott's going to be up there to make a play on him. But watch his legs. Don't look anywhere else. Look at his legs. They just don't stop. When he comes down, they're moving again. And he picks up 3 yards by going to his right.
Very big, strong runner, Leroy Horde, who plays an unselfish role in Cleveland's ball control geared offense. 3rd down and 2. Metcalf with the blocker goes all the way. Eric took it right to the dog pound. He went 37 yards for the touchdown, and the big play offense of the Browns continues.
They get the blocking and they get to the outside. But I'm going to tell you something. A rookie mistake is by Aaron Glenn. The one thing he's doing is he's covering Derek Alexander downfield, and he's got his back to the field. He's not even looking at the play, and Derek Alexander just keeps going towards the end zone.
All right, here's Matt Stover putting it through. And the Browns with a 7-0 lead on the Jets with 50 seconds left in this first quarter.
This is a sweep. Now, I'm going to tell you, this guy right here, this is Glenn, and this is Derek Alexander. When they go downfield, Glenn never turns around to look. Just keep an eye on the 2 guys on the bottom. The blocking is at the line. When they go downfield, hold it. Well, he's gone by now. But when he's downfield, he goes all the way to the 5-yard line. And watch who Metcalf runs by. See Glenn, he's still running downfield. Now, at the 3-yard line, he decides to turn back upfield. He can't make a play. It's touchdown. Just outstanding blocking, and also a hold by the tight end. And then Metcalf down the sideline. You watch, he's just there, touchdown.
Well, the defensive coordinator of the Jets, the man on the left, Greg Robinson, as you can see, very upset.
Well, he has a right to be upset, because here's a guy, Metcalf, is running down through the secondary, and nobody's paying attention to him. They've got their back to the offense. You can't play defense with your back to the offense. You have to at least look, Marv, to know where people are.
Well, Eric Metcalf continues to his sensational all-purpose career. Last week caught 5 passes, 2 for touchdowns, 1 on a 57-yard play, the other an acrobatic 15-yard reception. He also ran for 42 yards on 8 carries. He can kill you so many ways. Morrell and Pryor back for the kickoff. Anthony Pryor on the return. Anthony Pryor, back from the sprained ankle injury, goes for 19 yards on the play. Let's check in right here with Greg Gumbel.
Marv, in Indianapolis, not quite the big play attack. Jim Harbaugh throwing out of his own end zone is called for intentional grounding. That's a safety, and it's a 5-3 Seattle lead over the Colts. Marv and Paul, back to you.
Who said there was a baseball strike?
Bottom of the first.
Yes.
You know, you're talking about Metcalf and all the ways he can hurt you. Marv, he's not happy with his play. He really is. He's not happy. He wants the ball all the time. On everything. Kickoff return, punt return. Pass the ball to me. Hand it to me.
And he's always been like that no matter how often he gets the ball.
Exactly.
First down at the 27 for the Jets, who are trailing 7-0. Trudeau off the roll. Johnny Mitchell stopped by Don Griffin. And the news on Tommy Vardell, who went down on the first series, is that it is a sprained left knee and will not be back the rest of the way. So it's tough to make a judgment as to how serious that is.
They won't know till tomorrow.
And that's the end of the first quarter. The Browns on that touchdown drive went 66 yards on 6 plays, capped off by the 37-yard run by Metcalf. And they lead 7-0 after 1. All right, back in Cleveland, Marv Albert, Paul Maguire. We're also joined by the one-time deep snapper and speedy cornerback from Montclair State University. My one-time color commentating partner of the NBA on NBC. That, of course, Mike Fratello. Mike, we've kind of lost track. What have you been doing since NBC days?
I've been trying to keep a job, basically. It's been very difficult here in Cleveland with the injuries that we've had, but fortunately I have good people surrounding me, unlike my days at NBC.
Yes. Are you speaking of the production crew?
No, they were great.
I see. All right, play is back set on the field. But, Mike, stay with us for a while. You may want to get back to the telestrator and give some help to Paul.
He's a czar, isn't he? Czar of the telestrator? I want to see that.
Second quarter underway at a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Jets, who are trailing the Browns 7-0. This is Johnny Johnson. All right, we saw Eric Metcalf race for 37 yards. Paul had some problems with the telestrator. Czar, you may want to take a shot at it right here.
Paul, just watch right here. This guy, he's holding, even though Metcalf winds up. You can't do that. Hand checking is illegal. I was told this year that, watch, he's holding that guy on the inside. Of course it's easy to score if you just take people, hold them, and push them wherever you want.
Paul, did you see what I had to put up with for 3 years?
Yeah, but why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that? I'm sorry.
2nd and 9 at the 38. And Trudeau completes to Mitchell. And Mitchell pulls his way for a 1st down. Incidentally, I did take a tour of the new home of the Cleveland Cavaliers the other night. Mike showed me around the new Gund Arena, and it was so annoying to see the spacious, plush office that this man will now inhabit.
Your new office?
Just an unbelievable facility. Really, even Marv had positive things to say about it.
I have your old office at NBC, Hurley's.
It's a 1st down at midfield. The Browns 7 and the Jets nothing. Play action by Trudeau. And James Thornton, the backup tight end, tried to one-handed.
We've seen a couple of plays to Mitchell, and Thornton is the other tight end that comes in, and he was open on the play. They're going to put about 2 or 3 people on Mitchell. You're going to have to, because he's one of the better tight ends in the National Football League. And when you do that, the other tight end, Thornton, will be open.
Mike, will there be an NBA season? What's happening?
Hey, if things follow the way they're going right now, the players and management need to get together and settle this thing so that we are not sitting out watching what's going on in the NFL.
2nd and 10 at midfield. Minute and a half gone by in the 2nd quarter. Trudeau looking to go deep, had the ball dragged out of his hands. Eric Turner getting to the quarterback. Jack Trudeau, who was able to hold on, but Turner was going for the football.
You know, on this play, Marv, the Cleveland Browns sent 9 guys. They only had 2 people covering downfield. Turner's the guy that makes the play, but they sent 9 guys. And the Jets only had 2 people out, so they covered him man-to-man. Take a look at this from the wide angle of this thing. Look at downfield. They was bringing all their guys up, only 2 guys deep.
It's a 3rd down and 15 at the 45. Trudeau stepping up and pegs it, and it's intercepted. Turner on the intercept. So Jack Trudeau picked off by Eric Turner, his 4th interception of the season. We'll be back here in Cleveland in a moment.
First of all, the rush is on Trudeau, and he's going to try and step up into the pocket with all the rush coming in. He's going to try to get the ball into this area down the field. But when he does it, he has to throw the ball over all of these guys. And that's almost impossible. The ball has to go high. Take a look. Coming into the middle, right here is where he's trying to throw the ball. And here's Turner back here that's going to make the play. Ball's over the head. Interception. And then Trudeau afterwards, you talk about getting no respect. Everybody went to beat his brains in.
Well, that's very convenient, Paul. They just threw the ball to the brown jerseys.
No.
On that note, we say goodbye. Mike, good luck this coming season. As Testaverde falls to an open man. Derek Alexander hauled down by James Hasty. That's good for 27.
If you think Greg Robinson was mad before, he's going to really be mad, because Derek Alexander, Marv runs right down the middle of the field, and nobody's on the guy. Look at this. It's such an easy pass. Look at here. He catches the ball 3 steps, and then finally Hasty is there.
Mike, thanks for coming by.
I appreciate the opportunity. Paul, good luck. You know, it's amazing, but in the preseason games, there's a guy that sounds just like you doing the Browns broadcast.
I do him.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Mike Fratello.
Michael.
the very introspective coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's Ford off a big hole. Finally hauled down by Ronnie Lott. 6-yard advance for Leroy Horde. A 2nd and 4 down at the 7. Yes, the Cleveland Browns converting turnovers, scoring only 10 points off 7 takeaways. They are trying to improve that record right here.
When you talk to all the coaches, one of the things out of the top 3, they'll say is take away, keep away. But when you take the ball away, unless you score with it, it doesn't make any difference.
Metcalf in motion. Intended for Horde.
He had to throw quick because Lageman was in his face. Gene Williams, number 62, just did not slow Lageman down. He was in Testaverde's face, and he had to throw the ball too quick. Top side of your screen is Lageman, 56. Williams is there. You see him coming at him? Now, Testaverde can see him coming. As soon as he sees him, he's got to dump the ball now. And he knows it's his fault. All he had to do is get it to Horde. Horde was there.
It's a 3rd down and 4. Down at the 7. Browns with a 7-0 lead and looking to drive for another score. Testaverde for Horde. And hit by Lott short of the 1st down.
Ronnie Lott. You know, there's not... I don't know what adjectives you can use for Ronnie Lott. I mean, the guy does everything. He is so smart on the field. He is a great player. He's having a sensational year. And then you try to get the ball to Horde, knowing Lott is there. Wrong. He's not going to miss a tackle.
So the Browns will go for the field goal. And this is a 23-yard attempt from Matt Stover, who was 4 for 5 this season. Did not have any attempts last week in Indianapolis. Slight angle to the left. Tupa puts it down. And Stover puts it through. 10:41 remaining. First half. Browns 10, Jets nothing. Matt Stover with the kickoff handled by Anthony Pryor. He is into a tackle. Vinny Thompson, the outstanding special teams player, able to reach out and take down Anthony Pryor.
Vinny Thompson, they brought him in here just for this. Steve Tasker of the Buffalo Bills, Benny Thompson of the Cleveland Browns. Watch us coming downfield. You avoid the block, and now his job is get to the ball carrier. Break yourself down, make the move, dive. Nice play.
The Jets start out from their 18-yard line. Benny Thompson receiving congratulations from the Cleveland sideline. 10-0. Cleveland on top. Trudeau able to complete to Moore. And he coughed it up. Let's see, was he down?
They say he's down.
A hit by the combination of Eric Turner, who can hit, and the rookie Antonio Langham.
Well, they went inside of Langham. This is a zone defense. And watch more. Langham will sit on the outside. He knows he's got help on the inside, but he comes up short. As soon as he catches the ball, he's hit. Now, is he down? Yes, he's down. The ball comes out after he's down. Good call. Here's the combination. Sitting in that zone. Boom. The ball's got to get there in a hurry.
And it is a first down for the Jets from their 28-yard line. 5:15 gone by in the second. Johnny Johnson. Some nice running. Has another Jet first down, went for 11. Eric Turner made the stop. Let's go to Greg Gumbel at our New York studio.
All right, Marv, in Indianapolis, you may recall the Colts only had 4 rushing touchdowns all of last year. Here's Marshall Faulk's 5th of this season, 52 yards rushing already this afternoon. The Colts have grabbed the 10-5 lead on the Seahawks in the second quarter, Marv.
Thank you, Greg. The Colts trying to bounce back from the 21-14 loss to these Cleveland Browns last Sunday. Browns with a 10-0 lead on the Jets. First down play, again a big hole, this time Adrian Morrell. Pete Carroll telling us that Adrian Morrell will get more playing time here today. He went for 13. Frank Stans, the outside linebacker, and the strong safety, Siobhan Moore, combined to make the tackle.
What a great block by James Thornton, number 8. He comes in motion down the line of scrimmage, and then he's going to take the block right there on Michael Dean Perry. He just gets a piece of Perry. Perry can't get his hands on the ball carrier, and first down. Good play.
Morrell, more of a shifty, elusive type runner to provide a change of pace. Carried the ball only 13 times, though, coming into today's game. First down at the Cleveland 45. Again, it's Morrell spinning his way to the 40. And again by Stan, 6-year man out of Notre Dame. Adrian Morrell grew up in Hawaii. Lived in Europe for 5 years. His dad, an Army sergeant. This is second year with the Jets out of West Virginia.
That was that last play. His elusiveness, that was it. Morrell making that cut because where he was supposed to go in the hole was not there. He just got back to the middle and made 5 yards on the play.
2nd and 5 at the Browns 40. Marv to the right, Moore to the left. The deep back Morrell gets the ball again. And he stopped short of the first down. So 3 straight carries for Morrell. Pepper Johnson and Frank Stan, Bill Johnson able to get to him.
And Thornton makes another good block in the middle. Number 80, the tight end. That time he didn't come in motion. He just came down after the play started, makes a block in the middle, and opened up the hole again.
It brings up a 3rd and 2 at the Cleveland 37 as we come up on 7 minutes to go in this first half.
I'll tell you, being down 10-0 in this territory inside the 40, this is 4-down territory.
And the Jets have the 3 tight ends out there, Mitchell, Thornton, and Baxter.
Don't need it.
And the first down is collected by Johnny Johnson. Looking at the Jet running game against Buffalo in the opener, put the ball on the ground 41 times. Different story against Denver, only 21. Against Miami, they had a throw. They were trailing, only 17 on the ground. And last week, quite a bit of self-criticism on the part of the Jet players and coaches for running it only 6 times in the first half. First down at the 34. Trudeau had the time. Good coverage on Mitchell. Penalty marker is down. Pep Johnson was right on the scene, and he was able to bring Mitchell down.
Criswell tells us it's against the Browns. They will take the play. I mean, take the penalty because it'll still be first down at about 5.
Offside, defense, the right side of the line, lined up offside. Still first down.
The one thing with Trudeau that New York has to do is they consolidate a lot of their plays that they don't have with Boomer. And what you do with this is, and like what Trudeau is doing, he's moving the ball around to everybody. He's giving everybody a piece of it. Now he's got to go out to Monk.
It's a 1st and 5 at the Browns 29. Nice running by Johnson. And then fumbles. The Browns say they have it.
And the Jets say they have it.
Johnny Johnson weaving his way and then had it pried loose. And it is recovered by the Browns.
You know, it's really hard to peel all these guys out. There's only one guy with the ball. They got a cast of thousands on top of it.
Well, Don Griffin, the right quarterback, indicating that he was able to come up with it.
All right, Johnny Johnson, Frank Stamps comes in, he makes the hit, and here's the ball seems to be all right here. It's when Johnson's leaning, and I don't know if that ball comes out when he's on the ground or not. He may have been down.
Moment ago, the fumble by that man, Johnny Johnson, giving the ball back to Cleveland. The fumble recovered by the cornerback, Don Griffin. Here it is.
All right. Stamps gets his hand in. Here comes the ball. Watch it right here. This ball comes out before he hits the ground. You see the ball coming out now? That ball is out. He already fumbled before he hit the ground. Good call.
10-0 Cleveland on a 37-yard run by Eric Metcalf and a 23-yard field goal. by Matt Stover. 5:47 remaining first half. Browns back to the offense. Ernest Biner trying the right side, met by the combination of Bobby Houston and Ronnie Lott. Pick up a 4. It'll be a second down and 6. Cleveland Browns with a record of 3-1, leading the AFC Central. If the Browns win today, they'll remain on top in the Central. The 2-2 second place Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Houston Oilers tomorrow night. Metcalf peeling off. And Testaverde firing. Rico Smith. James Hasty finally got him down. Rico Smith, in his 3rd year out of Colorado, he has blazing speed, and he went for 50 yards.
You know, Marv, I'm going to tell you something. Watch what happens. Hold it right here, boys. Hold it. You see this guy here? Now watch where the defensive guys. There's one missing here, and there's one missing here. One Washington and Hasty. Look at this. And now, they're not in the picture yet. Now they're in the picture. That was a great read by Testaverde. It's a sensational read.
That is only his 2nd catch of the season. The Browns, despite the speed of Smith, have had trouble getting him the ball. There have also been a couple of drops by Rico. First down play, Testaverde could not find anyone, and able to throw on the run and finds Metcalf for another Cleveland first down. The tackle made by Mo Lewis, and that's good for 14.
Wait. You see how smart Metcalf is on this play? Watch what Metcalf does. We're going to keep the camera on him. He comes downfield. Now he's going to see Testaverde in trouble. He peels to the outside right now. Let me help you. Gets down, makes the catch, gets the first down, heads up football.
And Mark Carrier has checked in for the Browns. He was a question mark because of a pulled hamstring. Carrier flanked out to the right. First down and 10 for the Browns at the Jet 12-yard line. It's Cleveland 10 and the Jets nothing. Testaverde for the end zone. And a penalty marker is down. Keenan McCardle interfered with by James Hasty.
James Hasty, sorry, is just having a tough time. And it's at the beginning of the year.
Pass interference, number 40, defense in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
Keenan McCardle, 87. Watch, he's going to make a move outside and inside, and here's where he grabs right by the shirt. I mean, you can't, you're right in the middle. They say a corner is on an island. Well, here's your island, and there's a tree with a stripe on it. He just threw his flag at you.
Well, Hasty back from arthroscopic surgery. The feeling is he's playing very soft, very cautiously. James Jones in the backfield, but it's Testaverde. We're trying to do it on the keeper. James Jones and Ernest Biner lining up in the backfield. Jones, wearing number 96, is a defensive tackle. He goes 6'2", 290 pounds, often used as the blocking back in what they call the jumbo formation for short yardage and goal line situations. He has already scored on a rushing touchdown, a reception, and an interception, plus a safety in his 4-year NFL career.
And how's this? He's in the backfield. You got 4,000 pounds in the backfield, and Testaverde's quarterback sneaks it.
Second and goal at the one. And it's to the second back coming through Biner for the touchdown. What a block thrown by Jones.
Guess who? James Hasty. James Hasty. I'm sorry, son, but that man weighs twice you, and he almost just kind of buried him. And there's nothing James Hasty can do. Here's the big guy coming out, and over in this corner is you're going to see the block on number 40, Hasty. All right, here we go. Just stop right at impact. Here comes Hasty, and he's thinking, oh no, wham! That's open. That's touchdown.
And I'm out Stover, looking to make it 17-0. And he does. So Ernest Biner with his first touchdown of the season, and the Browns open up the 17-point lead. Well, coming into today's game, Many saying that the Jets were facing their first crisis of the season. Well, folks, the crisis is here. The Jets trailing 17-0. After winning their first 2 games, they dropped their last 2, and there will be no kickoff return for Adrian Morrell. Now, going back to that Ernest Biner touchdown, you mentioned the crunching block by big James Jones on James Hasty, and James Hasty has had another very difficult day. He's making it back from arthroscopic knee surgery. He's apparently playing a softer defense, and week after week he has been a target. And while we were away, head coach Pete Carroll over, and it looks to be a gentle type discussion with his veteran James Hasty, who in previous years was considered one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
He is struggling, but Marv, when do you make the change? I mean, who do you put in? Obviously, you got people behind him, but do they have the confidence in the people behind Hasty?
Trudeau with a 1st and 10 from the 20, facing the pressure and had to throw it away. Rob Burnett making the hit on Jack Trudeau.
Trudeau's plainly throwing the ball away. Burnett is in pursuit. Another bootleg. This time Burnett's side, he did not take the fake. He throws, this is a clean hit, but he lands on Trudeau. I mean, nothing seems to be working. On that last drive, the Jets had the ball. They kind of mixed it up. Morrell was running the ball very well. They threw the ball to the tight end. They mixed it up very well. You've got to get the tight end into play here.
It's a 2nd and 10 at the 20. Back to the ground, and Johnny Johnson taken down by Mike Caldwell. A reminder, meet the real Ghostbusters. That's an incredible true story on Unsolved Mysteries tonight at 7 Eastern Time, 6 Central, right here on NBC. 3rd down and 8 at the 22. A timeout has been taken. Jack Trudeau has not been able to get anything going. The stats show 7 of 11, 54 yards, 1 interception. The 2 turnovers have really hurt the Jets. The Trudeau interception and the fumble by Johnny Johnson on that long drive that you referred to.
That hurts, and that drive, it seemed like the offensive line pretty much has together, but when you have a quarterback, Vinny Testaverde on one hand is able to sit back in the pocket and find out who he wants to throw the ball to. On the other hand, the Jets, Trudeau, Marv I mean, he's running for his life a lot of the time.
And Paul, the backup to Jack Trudeau is Glenn Foley. He has the clipboard. He's a rookie from Boston College. Boomer Esiason is the 3rd quarterback, or listed as the emergency. He could only play if Trudeau and Foley both are injured, and Esiason is limping around with a sprained ankle. If he would have to play, it would be out of the shotgun, and it would really be an emergency situation.
I don't see him in here at all.
Trudeau again facing the rush, just fires it to the Jets sideline.
That was big Dan Footman that came in, but I'm going to tell you another thing, and Michael Dean Perry. But one of the things that happened, here's, you're looking at a 3rd down and long. This is the thing I was talking about. Testaverde can throw. Watch this, folks. I mean, here's Perry at his feet. Footman's going to come from his other side, and he knows he's going to throw the ball away. I mean, that's 3rd and 9. When you don't have time to throw the football, don't blame the quarterback.
Eric Metcalf awaiting the punt from the one-time Cleveland Brown, Brian Hansen. 2:26 to go, first half. It has been all Brown. Hansen handled the low snap. And it carries out of bounds a 35-yard punt by Hansen, and the Browns will go back to the offense. Next Sunday, NBC Sports presenting an NFL doubleheader beginning 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live. A look at the early games. Miami and Buffalo, Indianapolis playing at the New York Jets. In the late games, Kansas City, San Diego, and the Raiders playing at New England. Check your local listings for the games in your area.
That's the big game, the Raiders. New England. That's our game.
First and 10 Browns.
Now, we're going to, just a comparison. Watch the time that Testaverde has to throw the football. And this is a makeshift offensive line.
First down at the 43. Testaverde goes short range for Hill. He leads the tackle. Has the first down.
Bobby Houston. Marv, there's the difference I'm talking about. Testaverde has a chance to look over the entire field and then throw the ball. to Horde on the outside. Look at the time he has to throw. Testaverde goes back. He's looking to his right. He's looking to his left. And now he'll just throw out here to Horde, who makes a great play on Houston. First down. That's easy. That's like stealing.
And Vinny Testaverde has certainly turned it around after the first 2 games. 60% the last 2. 5 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and today 11 of 16, 148 yards. 2 minutes to go in this first half. The Browns 17-0 over the Jets. Coming up at halftime, the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Greg Gumbel, Joe Gibbs, Mike Ditka will be on hand, and Ahmad Rashad will talk with Ronnie Lott of the Jets. The Browns first down at the Jet 42-yard line. The Browns 17 and the Jets nothing. Testaverde once again finds an open receiver. Ronnie Lott making the stop on the rookie Derek Alexander. And Paul, the way the Jets are playing in this first half, and still a long way to go, people were saying, hey, are they the same old Jets? Well, they're not the same old Jets. They're worse than the same old Jets, the way things are going.
They are not playing well at all. And I'm going to give you a statement about from Ronnie Lott from yesterday that really surprised me. Right after this play.
All right, first down at the 31 in Jet territory. Testaverde to the other side. Again, wide open receiver. Keenan McCardle with a first down. James Hasty on the coverage. That's good for 13.
James Hasty, he was not even close to Keenan McCardle. Was not even close to him. Watch this, coming downfield. Watch where Hasty is when McCardle makes a stop. Look where Hasty, he's still going. He's looking back in the backfield, and he's not looking at the receiver. But he makes the play, but it's a first down inside the 20. I'll get to Ronnie Lott in a minute.
A minute and 20 to go in this first half. Metcalf peeling off. Testaverde looking left. Went with the pump. Off the roll. And throws in the direction of Metcalf.
Well, you know, one thing, Ronnie Lott said that we asked him yesterday about this team, how bad are they playing? He said, Paul, you know, when he's looking at us, he said, it's not important if we win the game. And I couldn't believe this. We have to play well in order to get this team back on track. But I always thought, you know, playing well and winning would be a lot better than just, you know, just playing well and losing. Because I didn't see anything in that column where it has win, loss, tie, and doesn't have PW, like play well.
Right.
It didn't say that over there. I don't understand the comment, but I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get this team back together again, to play as a unit, and they're not doing that.
It's a second down and 10 at the 18. The old PW column.
Yeah.
The throw forward. Horde for a touchdown.
He threw the ball in the stands.
Leroy Horde spinning his way on a draw play, going 18 for the score.
Marv, I told you when he ran a play before about his legs. They do not stop moving. From the time he touches the ball, his legs don't stop. And this is what makes him a great back. This guy took a cut and pay to play for this football team. He said, all I want to do is to prove that I should be playing. He had a great preseason, and he's now starting because Vardell got hurt.
And Matt Stover extends to a 24-0 lead in what has become an embarrassing first half for the New York Jets.
All right, now we're talking about Leroy Horde, and I'm telling you about watch his legs. Watch his legs. For all you young kids out there playing football, this is what you do. You never stop moving. You never stop moving your legs. He's hit, he turns, his legs are moving. He's hit again, he spins, his legs are moving. He gets them up and then gets himself into the end zone. It's amazing.
Well, a terrific individual effort, but also a number of missed tackles by the Jets.
And one of the things the Jets said that they have to improve in, number one, missed tackles. Their tackling is atrocious. Their coverage is terrible. And this coach has got to be sick to his stomach.
That's the defensive coordinator, Greg Robinson, who has been upset, understandably, right throughout this first half. Well, the Browns hearing it from the dog pound section. Cleveland Browns with 1 rushing touchdown the first 4 weeks, and they have scored 3 on the ground already here in the first half.
You know what? Though the people, when I go out to the restaurants here in Cleveland and the cabs and in the hotel lobby, are going to say, they're only 4-1. Who they beat?
Short kickoff this time. Anthony Pryor with the return. And bowls his way across the 30. That's a 24-yard return. Louis Riddick brought him down with 1 minute remaining in this first half. And Jack Trudeau and the Jets back to the offense, trailing 24-0.
Get downfield and at least get 3 on the board before you go in to prove that you can score against this team. But again, you know, Jack Trudeau has not had any time to throw the football. He knows these players. He knows what they're supposed to do.
They start out from their 32. Now the deflection almost intercepted. Eric Turner had a shot at it that was off the hand of Johnny Mitchell.
You know, Trudeau threw this ball with anger. You know, this thing comes in a heartbeat. Here's Mitchell coming downfield. He just sets up. That's a 6-yard gain. That ball is hot when it gets there and he can't make the catch.
Well, I tell you, that bus from Indianapolis did start to make its way toward Cleveland. If they're listening on the radio, they may have turned back.
I would think so.
We had a report earlier that a bus of 25-30 friends of Jack Trudeau were on their way to Cleveland. That was dropped by Mitchell, covered by Moore. 51 seconds remaining in this first half, and Trudeau is only 1 for his last 7.
All right, here comes Mitchell now. Now, Stevan Moore, number 27, is there. Is he there too soon? Ball's there? No. Mitchell just drops the ball. If he were there too soon, he would have complained. Wasn't. 2 drops in a row.
Johnny Mitchell having problems with drops the last couple of games, and last week dropped a touchdown pass on a ball that was not intended for him. 3rd and 10. And that was almost picked off. Stevie Anderson, the only Jet receiver in the area.
You know, Marv, what to me is most difficult is what Pete Carroll says to this team when you take them in at halftime. You're down 24-0. If you were down 24-0 and you had some breaks going against you, then that's a different story. But they have played so poorly in the first half, it's hard to say anything encouraging to these guys.
Ryan Hansen will punt. Eric Metcalf back at his 20. 48 seconds to go in the half. And a good one by Hansen. Metcalf trying to cut away, but loses on the play, hauled down inside the 15 by Mo Lewis. A 52-yard punt, and Metcalf actually goes -2 on the return. On the subject of Eric Metcalf, this an eventful week for both Eric and Eric Turner, both receiving suspended jail sentences and fines after pleading no contest to charges of reckless operation for weaving their cars through traffic on an interstate highway in this area. Both will perform community service and are considered to be on unsupervised probation for a year. Bill Belichick would not comment on whether disciplinary action has been taken. He said it's an internal matter, and he told us that it will stay that way.
I drove from Youngstown. I saw the construction work from Buffalo to here, and I'll tell you, you have to weave a little bit.
Oh.
Pete Carroll is taking a timeout. He's got 3 of them. He's going to use them. He wants to get the ball back, and I don't blame him.
Down to 24 seconds to go.
They don't carry him over, Marv.
Just been told that Rico Smith went back to the dressing room with a sprained clavicle, and no further report as to whether He will return. Rico Smith came up with that catch. Good for 51 yards on a pass play with Testaverde that led to a Browns touchdown.
Marv, the Browns better hope that the Jets don't get the ball back, because Michael Dean Perry and a few of the defensive guys have already gone in. Yes. He went in the tunnel. They're down in the dugout down the other end. They just left. Someone better down. Trevor Johnson is going down to see if, hey, wait a minute, you better go get Michael Dean. He's in the dugout. He's, hey, come on back. We may need you. He said, I've had enough.
Michael Dean looking to get those extra precious seconds of halftime rest. Second down and 10 at the 16-yard line. Minor. And the Jets look like the Jets try to call for a timeout. That's their second timeout. They stop the clock with 18 seconds to go in the half.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to fun. Here they come back out of the dugout again. There we go. Michael Dean. Hey, Michael, where you been? Oh, man, I thought it was halftime.
We had a nice chat yesterday with Michael Dean Perry. Paul, he asked you if you're on a game-to-game contract with NBC.
Yeah, he did.
How well put.
Boy, he hurt me. He really hurt me. But what a nice man he is. He really is.
Michael Dean,
a terrific player.
Returning to the Pro Bowl last year, his 4th trip.
He and Eric Turner kind of went in. Eric coming right in behind Michael there. He's still not sure whether he wants to go and play enough play with this happening.
Third down play, 3rd and 7. The ball at the 19. 18 seconds to go in the half, and the Browns have a 24-0 lead on the Jets. Biner. Short of the first down stop by Lageman and Lewis. And again, a timeout is called, stopping the clock with 12 seconds to go in the half.
Well, Cleveland's got their defense back now. It's a good call by Pete Carroll. Hey, they want to knee down with 30-some seconds to go. They have 3 timeouts left. Let's go ahead and use them. Anything can happen in a ball game. And you're still in the first half.
So the Jets have used their 3 timeouts.
Now the question is, do you put the heat on the punter? Do you come after Tupa, force him into a quick kick, or do you just play back for the return? I'd go after him. You know, they gave Tom Tupa the job here. Bill Belichick, after the second preseason game, he had such a good game kicking the ball. He just said, he's my punter. All the other punters go home.
Tom Tupa in his 6th season out of Ohio State, averaging about 39 yards per punt. Very successful, putting the ball inside the 20. He's punting from his 6-yard line. And they came with the rush. So Tupa gets the roll down to the 15.
The only thing back was a pigeon. The pigeon almost caught it.
And that will go for a career-high 65-yard punt by Tupa. That's the end of the half. The Browns 24 and the Jets nothing. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel in the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
And welcome back to our studios here in New York. Along with Mike Ditka and Joe Gibbs, I'm Greg Gumbel. Those of you watching the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns know that it's been all Cleveland in the first half so far, and thanks in large part to a big play guy by the name of Eric Metcalf. On 3rd and 2 from 37 yards out, Metcalf turned the corner here, went right up the sideline to help the Browns build that 24-0 lead. And we talked a little bit about quarterback Vinny Testaverde of the Cleveland Browns in the pregame show. What'd you see, Joe, in the first half?
Well, Mike mentioned Metcalf being the choo-choo train that makes this thing go. And he also talked about consistent play by Testaverde. In this case, let's take a look at a play-action pass here where we see the flanker come down inside and run a crossing route right in front of the free safety, who happens to be Ronnie Lott. Here, the split receiver goes to the post. It's designed with play action to put the circle there around Lott to put him in a bind, the safety. And watch Testaverde, good play action fake, goes back, but then he misses a wide open split receiver after Lott took the bite here. These are the kind of plays that I think, you know, if they're going to go to the playoff, be a great football team, then Testaverde has to be very consistent, start hitting these. He's playing good today, as you can see by the numbers.
He is playing well today. 13 of 19 for 171 yards. On the other side of the field, Mike, what's the story with the New York Jets offense? They haven't scored a touchdown in almost 6 quarters now.
Well, they look very poor, and I think the biggest problem is against the Jets in the first game, against the Bills in the first game, they ran the ball 41 times. Since that, every week, their running game has gone down. A number of times they've tried to run it, they become very ineffective at it. And unless they run the ball, their passing game is going to be, they're not good enough personnel-wise to sit back and throw the ball on every down, and that's what they're trying to do, Greg.
All right, Mike, at RFK Stadium in Washington, Joe, hide your eyes on this one. Lincoln Coleman has just scored for the Dallas Cowboys, and they are not yet at halftime. The Cowboys are leading by a score of 31-0. Dallas has lost running back Emmitt Smith in this game to a strained hamstring. He suffered that in the second quarter. Cowboys don't need him back today. It's 31-0. At New England, the Packers and the Patriots have moved to halftime now, and the Packers lead it by a score of 10-0. Brett Favre to Sterling Sharp, 11 yards and a touchdown. Chris Jackie has hit a 27-yard field goal. It's 10-0 Green Bay. In Indianapolis, the Colts and the Seahawks are getting close to halftime, and Indy leads it by a 10-5 score. Steve Entman on the comeback from reconstructive knee surgery, making his first appearance in almost a year. And the former #1 draft pick makes his presence felt immediately. Key play on third down, Entman knocks Chris Warren for a 5-yard loss. Still in the first quarter, on 2nd and 14, Jim Harbaugh, out of his own end zone, called for intentional grounding, and when you're in your own end zone, that's a safety. 2 points for the Seahawks. Harbaugh disagreed, but it was a 5-3 Seattle lead. But then watch Harbaugh here. Pitches to Marshall Faulk. Nice blocking. 5 yards and touchdown. His 5th touchdown of the season. All rushing. And it's a 10-5 Indianapolis lead. This is Marshall Faulk in the first half. 13 carries, 56 yards, and 1 touchdown so far. And in Tampa, the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moving toward halftime. The Bucs are leading this one 17-14. Vernon Turner returned a punt for a touchdown. That is the first punt or kickoff ever returned by a Tampa Bay football player. Coming up next, Ahmad Rashad joins Mike and Joe with a look at Jet safety Ronnie Lott. That is next after these messages from your local station.
Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium, where the Cleveland Browns have a 24-0 lead on the New York Jets. Marv Albert with Paul Maguire, and the Jets receiving the kickoff. Anthony Pryor again with the return. And Pryor accelerates his way out to the 30. It's a 25-yard return as we check out the Coors Light halftime statistics, and it has been all Cleveland in the first half.
All Cleveland, and look at the turnovers. This is the thing you try to avoid. You take away, keep away, and they haven't been able to keep it away from Cleveland. And every time Cleveland's gotten it, they've done something with it, and that's what's important. It's what you do with the time and with the ball. 251 yards to 100 yards total offense.
Jack Trudeau starting at quarterback for the injured Boomer Esiason. Johnny Johnson stopped by Michael Dean Perry. A short advance. Trudeau overall 7 of 15, but 0 for his last 5, 1 for his last 8, while Vinny Testaverde has had an excellent game. He's also had a lot of time to set up and look for receivers. 13 of 19, 172 yards.
You know, it's almost like the Trudeau game against Cleveland a year ago. It's almost 300 yards of offense. He didn't throw a touchdown, nor did he throw an interception. Here's Testaverde, no touchdowns, but they have 24 points on the board, all running.
2nd and 7, the Jets from their 33. And it's completed to Art Monk. And that is his first catch of the day, his 900th career reception. And 169th consecutive game with a reception. That's 8 shy of Steve Largent's NFL record of 177.
He goes outside. He just comes right in the middle and just sets down. Stam's 50 is there. And number 27, Stephon Moore, are there. But just a 6-yard gain.
And there you see the numbers. Art Monk on his way to passing by Steve Largent. It's a 3rd and 2 at the 38. Johnson in motion. And coming after Trudeau, he had to rush it. The pass intended for Johnny Mitchell.
Pepper Johnson is in his face. what happened is when you put a guy in motion, Marv, it just tells the defense now we're throwing the ball. With that, the Cleveland Browns just came right up the middle. Pepper Johnson, watch this. They just telegraph it. Here comes Johnson. They don't have enough people to block him. Trudeau has to basically throw the ball away. Johnny Mitchell has no chance of getting the ball. Pepper Johnson, something wrong with his neck. There's something wrong with his neck.
A quick 3 and out. And here's Brian Hansen. Getting set to punt it to Eric Metcalf.
Bad kick. On top of everything else.
So the Browns will take over at their 31-yard line. Only a 30-yard kick by Hansen.
You know, when it goes bad, it goes really, really bad. And just the Jets are as flat as I've ever seen them. You know, we did the opening game against the Buffalo Bills. They just looked like they could beat anybody in the National Football League. And we, you know, so the next week they win again. They have a good game against Miami. They lose the game, they have a good game. But this is not the Jets team we saw 4 or 5 weeks ago.
And, Paul, they're facing a Cleveland team that has been hard hit by injuries, but it has not mattered. Testaverde over the middle, and a flag is thrown. Looks like Metcalf was tripped up by Lott.
Ronnie Lott has got his hands on his hip like, wait, what did I do? And Metcalf's coming down the middle, and Metcalf is tripped up. They're calling holding.
Holding, 42, defense.
It's on Ronnie Lott now. Metcalf is coming down, right down the middle. 42 is right to the left of your screen. And here it comes. Does he hold him? He goes inside, just grabs him by his arm. He's holding. You can't touch him after 5 yards. He grabs him as he comes inside. Good call.
And a first down for the Browns at their 38-yard line. We're early, third quarter. Browns with a 24-0 lead on the Jets. Here's Biner. He slipped and went down. Ernest Biner, who's back with the Browns after spending 5 productive seasons with the Washington Redskins, originally a 10th-round draft pick of Cleveland back in 1984.
You know, Eric Metcalf, I saw him at Run to Daylight game. It was a thing for running backs, and he said down there on
a thing for running backs.
Yeah, they go out and they compete, and they don't like it. He said, I didn't say anything about block for
What are you talking about?
But Metcalf was talking to me about it. He said, on camera, he said, I run scared. I'm not afraid, but I run scared because I'm 190 and I don't want to go up against guys 280. And to the end of it, Ronnie Lott, he said about it.
Second down and 9. Play action. Jets did not go for it. And Testaverde, incomplete, intended for Horde, who was covered by Houston. That's actually a gigantic television production. The Run to Daylight show, which is seen every year.
It's every
competition for running backs.
Right, I said
all right.
Thing for running back.
Please.
And Ronnie Lott said, I said to Ronnie, I said, you know, Metcalf admitted, he said he runs scared. But that doesn't necessarily make him afraid.
Third down.
Ronnie Lott said, I think he's also afraid when he's running scared. That's hard.
Third down and 9 at the 38. Inside handoff for Metcalf. And he comes up short of a first down. Mo Lewis there to make the stop. So Tom Tupa will come on, the punting unit, checking in for the Cleveland Browns, who are looking to make it a record of 4-1 for the first time since 1979. Prior to today, wins over Cincinnati, Arizona, and Indianapolis. They lost at home to Pittsburgh. Another beauty by Tupa. Clifford hits on a back pedal and lets it carry, and it ends up in the end zone. And that will be a 60-yard punt. It is a beautiful 61-degree day in Cleveland. Marv Albert with Paul Maguire, 11:48 to go, third quarter. And the Browns lead the Jets 24-0. The Jets' last 9 plays have resulted in only 10 yards. They start out from their 20. The swing pass off the mark, intended for Johnny Johnson. That's the way it has gone right throughout for Jack Trudeau and the Jets. In the third quarter, it is Indianapolis leading Seattle now 10-8. Seattle at 3 up and 1 down. Indianapolis losing last week to the Browns 1-3, and very shortly we will be switching a good portion of our network to the Seattle-Indianapolis game. Look at Marshall Faulk, who did score earlier on a 5-yard run to give the Colts a 10-5 lead. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Trudeau completes. Able to connect with Stevie Anderson, the first-year player out of Grambling, but he took a pretty good shot from former Jet Stephon Moore, and the Jets are short of a first down, short by 4 yards.
This is the way it's going. When you take a look at here, you're completing a pass for 3 yards. You're down 24 points. They have not scored in the last 5 quarters, the Jets. And here's Trudeau. He has enough time to look downfield. He's got to get a crossing man who's running a 2-yard pattern and leaves him at 3rd and 7.
Remember, the Jets last Sunday night at home against the Bears opened up with a very good-looking drive to take a 7-0 lead, but since then, they have been stifled. Trudeau able to stand in the pocket, and then a beautiful looping catch for the first down made by Rob Moore. Del Spear, backup defensive back, second-year player from Florida, on the tackle, but the pass play good for 16.
You know, the Jets defense did their job. They stopped the Browns. Now the offense has the opportunity. And this is a high pass, but Rob Moore, with that cast on his hand, gets up in the air. Look at this guy up in the air, stretches, reach it. That's as far as he can go. Del Spear is there, but Rob Moore makes the catch at the 39-yard line. First down.
Back to the ground for Johnson. Browns try to grab for the football. Rob Burnett and Don Griffin combined to make the stop. That's Burnett in his 5th year out of Syracuse. Check out the scores around the NFL. New England, after beating Detroit last week, trailing Green Bay in the 3rd quarter. Look at Brett Favre, 12 of 16. And as we mentioned, the Indianapolis Colts with that 10-8 lead on the Seattle Seahawks. Marshall Faulk, 13 carries, 58 yards. 2nd and 7.
Barry Sanders, 9 rushes for 129 yards. Excuse me.
2nd and 7 at the 43, and Trudeau trying to hit Thornton, but the pass was off the mark.
You know, Trudeau hasn't got a chance. Stamms that time as a linebacker coming in all by himself, and nobody blocks him. And you take a look at over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see Stamms come in. You don't see him now, but you will right about now. See Stamms coming in. There's no time to throw the ball, no place to throw the ball to, and he hasn't had. Look, here comes Stamms. Nobody touches Stamms. Trudeau just moved 3 steps back, Marv, and dumped the ball.
Anderson left, Moore to the right. Back to the ground for Morrell. Morrell battling his way in the area of the marker. Don Griffin made the stop, and he's short of the first down. He picked up 5 on the play.
You know, they had all the Browns going one way, and they're going to punt the ball. You know, there's 9 minutes, about 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, down 24-0. You do punt the ball here. You haven't been able to move the ball. What makes you think on 4th and 3 you're going to be able to move it?
So Brian Hansen will punt for the 6th time this afternoon. Eric Metcalf averaging just under 14 yards per return, including a 92-yard return for a touchdown, calling for the fair catch. So Metcalf takes it at the 17, a 36-yard punt by Hansen. We'll be right back. Well, as we mentioned just moments ago, a portion of our network will be switched now to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis for the Colts and Seahawks. Indianapolis with a 10-8 lead on Seattle in the 3rd quarter. Here in Cleveland, it's the Browns 24 and the Jets nothing with 8 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And Cleveland taking over at its 18-yard line. Testaverde again with the time. Has the rookie Alexander. He's up to the 25, met by Bobby Houston. So a pickup of 7 on the play. Let's switch over to Marianne Grabavoy. Marianne?
Hey, thanks, Marv. I'm here with Martin Mull, actor, and I'm told huge Browns fan. You grew up in these parts. You were even around for the glory days of Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah. I remember coming to the stadium and seeing Jim. I think I was about 12. I got to shake his hand, and I was not sure I was getting mine back.
With a showing like this, are the glory days possibly just around the corner again for these guys?
I think we're starting to have the unity and the depth that we have come to know as the Cleveland Browns. And I think we can look for the playoffs this year and maybe onward and upward. In fact, something just happened. It's incredible. I'm not even sure. We may have scored again.
We'll send it back up to Marv. Thanks, Marv.
Thank you.
All right, Marianne, and it's fortunate Martin is not doing play-by-play, as we point out.
Well,
as Leroy Horde was able to pick up the first down, reeling off 15 yards.
They put Leroy Horde in motion, and obviously it's a pass play, and then he just circles out of the backfield. They're cleaning out. Kinchin, 88, is cleaning out for him. Moves over, gets a block, and then Horde again. Ronnie Lott trying to make a tackle. That shows you how strong Leroy Horde is.
Martin Mull, long time Cleveland Brown fan, rarely misses a game. Native of Cleveland. First down at the 41. Nice ball by Horde. And then had the ball knocked out of his hand, but recovered.
Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde on the recovery.
Trick play. I love trick play. That was a great tackle by Hasty. Hasty comes in, pops the ball out. Horde, if there was ever a knock on Horde at all, it's he puts the ball on the ground too many times. But the move he makes to get to the outside is super. Now watch Hasty. He's going to come in here with his helmet. Bam, the ball shoots out, and look who's there. Hello, Vinny. Nice lateral of Vinny Testaverde. Horde hit. Hasty laterals it back to Vinny Testaverde. He gets it in the air and gets down. 8 yards.
2nd and 2 for the Browns. Oh, a hard hit on Metcalf, who was stopped at the line by Mo Lewis.
And Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott reads run, I guess, as well as anybody in the National Football League. He said something to you, but you asked him how long he's going to play. Well, next year, there are 30 safeties at his position in the league. And he said, I don't believe that there are 30 of them better than him. And I said that halftime. You know, when you listen to him, you look at him, I don't think he's thinking about retiring for a long time.
Ronnie in his 14th season, 35 years old, and kind of answered with an open-end reply. Here's a reverse. Alexander with some room. Derek Alexander hit out by James Hasty, but he went for 24, and you get the idea that the Browns are able to do whatever they want against this Jet defense.
You know what's amazing about this? When they get back to this side over here, you're going to see 2 linemen there to make the blocks for Derek Alexander. Here they come. Give it to Metcalf. He in turn gives it to Alexander. When we get over here, hold on a second. Stop it. Got this guy here and this guy here and a tight end here to make some blocks, which they do. Here comes the first block. Bob Dahl right there. He makes the block, and then Alexander gets downfield. We're inside the 30.
And another Cleveland first down. Testaverde for Alexander, and he trapped it. It is incomplete. It was covered by Aaron Glenn. Derek Alexander has certainly improved his status after getting into the doghouse of Bill Belichick. He reported to camp late because of a contract-related holdout. Even when he broke that long punt return for a touchdown in the second exhibition game against Detroit, which was a spectacular run. Alexander was criticized by Belichick for barely making it to the end zone because Belichick thought he wasn't in shape.
I did the game. He was in shape.
2nd and 10. Testaverde throwing deep. And it is rolled incomplete. The pass intended for Keenan McCardle.
Aaron Glenn is down there on the coverage, and you're talking about another rookie that's been tested all year long. Aaron Glenn, who has just done a superb job. Here's Testaverde trying to get the ball to Keenan McCardle. The ball looks like it's thrown a little bit short. Keenan McCardle's there, but Glenn is not touching him. It turns around and knocks the ball away. This is a pretty good play by a corner. we're seeing a unique situation here. You see Aaron Glenn as the #1 pick by the Jets playing. You also see on the other side Antonio Langham, a corner playing, and a #1 draft choice, Derek Alexander, playing. So 3 #1s are playing in this game.
3rd down and 10. That was thrown behind Metcalf.
Testaverde's pass
Covered
incomplete
by Hasty. And the Browns sending on Matt Stover, who will be attempting a long field goal. This will be from 45 yards out. Stover earlier today hit from 23. He is 5 for 6 on the season. Matt Stover, originally drafted by the Giants in the 12th round of the 1990 draft, from 45, and it is good. So with 4:58 to go in the 3rd, it's the Browns 27, the Jets nothing. Well, on the kickoff return, Anthony Pryor goes 26, and a penalty marker is down.
And this will set the Jets back again, because the offense, when you start walking towards the end zone, you got a holding. Boy.
Holding, number 98, doing the run back. 1st down.
Well, that is Anthony Pleasant. Check that. Kurt Barber called on the penalty, and we'll be back in a moment. It has been a very long day for the New York Jets. Boomer Esiason out with a sprained ankle. He is said to be week to week. Jack Trudeau, the starting quarterback, the rookie Len Foley, 7th round draft pick out of Boston College, is the backup quarterback. It has been an embarrassing day for the Jets. Coming into this game, talk of desperation, crisis situation, going up against a banged-up Cleveland Browns team, and they're down 27-0. Trudeau completes to Baxter. And he is bumped out of bounds. A short pickup for Brad Baxter. Antonio Langham, the rookie corner, making the stop.
Well, you've got to give an awful lot of credit to Cleveland's secondary. They have done a great job, because when you take a look at Trudeau, that time he had some time to throw the football, but he had no one to throw the football to. So he had his dump at the Baxter coming out of the backfield. He cannot get the ball downfield. That one catch that Rob Moore made was a catch that only Rob Moore made.
It's a 2nd down and 6 at the 18. Inside handoff for Johnson, and he is stopped. Stopped by Pepper Johnson. Let's check in now with Greg Gumbel at our New York studio.
All right, Marv, and in Indianapolis, Marshall Faulk does it again. 4th and goal. He'll find clear sailing around the right side into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day, 65 yards rushing on the afternoon for him so far. The Colts lead the Seahawks 17-8 late in the 3rd quarter, Marv.
Thank you, Greg. And the Jets can look forward next Sunday to a home game against the Indianapolis Colts, who are looking sharp and leading Seattle. 3rd down and 4 at the 20. Trudeau off the roll. And he has a 1st down. Nice catch by Art Monk. 2nd catch of the afternoon for Monk.
Art Monk makes this play work. Now, when Monk comes down, watch what Monk does now. Antonio Langham was there. He runs him to the middle. Then he comes back out. He sees his quarterback is rolling towards him. He gets himself open. That's experience, folks.
1st and 10, New York at the 28.
Jets 1st down at the 28. Reception number 901 in the illustrious 15-year career of Art Monk. 80 Thornton in motion. Here's Johnson. Trying to pick his way, and he's stopped. Pepper Johnson tripped him up. Pepper Johnson signed as a free agent by Cleveland last season after he was cut by the Giants. He spent 7 years with The Giants and Pepper leading the Browns in total tackles.
Pepper's having a great year. You know, you talk about the Jets. You said before about last week they didn't run the ball that many times before. So sometimes you're taken out of the running game. Like now they're down 27-0 and they're running the ball. Now there are people sitting back there saying, wait, why are they running now? You've got to throw the football to get back in this ball game.
2nd and 9.
Here they come.
Trudeau to the sideline. Nice catch made by Monk. And it's a first down. Isaac Booth on the coverage. Booth, a rookie from University of California. There he is, number 36.
This time the offensive line picked up everyone. The blitz was coming. Everybody's coming. One-on-one coverage. Trudeau knows that. He's got Monk on the outside. Nice move. First down. But you got to throw the ball. You can't line it now because when they're blitzing, each one of these guys are taking a lane. So there's really no place to run the ball. You have to throw the football.
Trudeau is now 13 for 24, 103 yards, intercepted once, but not really able to get anything going. A pick back. Johnson gives it back. This is one out of the Browns playbook. And a penalty flag is thrown as Trudeau is able to run it up across the 45. Stopped by Carl Banks.
That was one of the ugliest plays I think I've ever seen.
Little flea flicker attempt.
Well, it was one of those things whether Johnny Johnson had stick him in his have a chance to get the ball back.
That's the tight end James Thornton shaken up.
This is against the Jets. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Holding. 69. Offense. Still first down.
That's Jeff Criswell, the left tackle. And it sets it back to a first down and 20 at the 30. Timeout is called with 1:55 left in the third. James Thornton shaken up just a moment ago. Apparently is all right over at the Jet bench. It'll be a first and 20 at the 30 as we resume. Minute and a half left. Third quarter. The screen for Johnson. And he stopped across the 35-yard line. Short of the first down. Picked up 6 on the play. Check with the scoreboard. Dallas big over Washington. Green Bay leading New England now 10-7. Bledsoe to Brisbane for the touchdown. It's Indianapolis 17-8 over Seattle. 2 touchdowns for the sensational rookie Martha Falk. And Tampa Bay now in front of Detroit 24-14. It's a second and 14. Monk with his third catch of the day, but still shy of a first down by 6-7 yards. Isaac Booth, the nickelback, made the stop. Well, Tuesday, a special hour of wings. That'll be 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 Central. Then an all-new Frazier that everyone will be talking about, followed by an all-new Larroquette. This Tuesday night, starting at 8 Eastern, 7 Central here on NBC. Third down and 6 for the Jets. At their 44, the Browns 27, the Jets nothing as this third quarter winds down. Incomplete intended for Adrian Morrell. Covered by the free safety, Eric Turner.
That ball didn't look good coming out of there. That was wobbling all over the place, but the ball hits Morrell in the hands. Trudeau goes back. We'll see the pass coming. It just didn't look good when it left his hand. Now, whether it's tipped or not, I'm not sure. It was tipped right at the line of scrimmage. The ball is tipped by Pio Sangapulatelli. Morrell still had a chance, and Pete Carroll, just one break. Give us one break. No, we didn't get that one.
Brian Hansen will punt for the 7th time. That equals his career high, most punts in a game. A short kick once again. And took a Cleveland hop. It's being spotted at the Browns' 35-yard line. And that will go down as a 20-yard punt.
I know there's some wind up there, but when you have wind like that, you can't extend your leg. You've got to kick the ball low so you drive it into the wind. Oh, punting tip.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
From the one-time San Diego Charger and Buffalo Bill punter.
That's right.
Only 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the Browns start out from just outside their 35-yard line.
36.
Metcalf comes to the near side. The lone deep back is Vinny. Comes to Metcalf. Puts the moves on and is taken down across the 40-yard line. Hasty and Houston combined. It's good for 6. That's the end of 3. Browns up 27-0. Back after this from your local station.
The end of the third quarter of play.
Back in Cleveland, we move to the fourth quarter with the Browns leading the Jets 27-0. Marv Albert with Paul Maguire. Second down and 4 for the Browns at their 42-yard line. Metcalf peels to the right. Testaverde looking that way and hits Alexander. Derek Alexander, stopped by Kyle Clifton, goes for 18 yards. And Alexander with his 5th catch of the day.
He makes the catch, but they're all outside looking at Metcalf, who goes out there, and here's Alexander. Makes Washington miss.
First and 10 Browns at the Jet 41.
So a first down for the Browns at the Jet 41-yard line. Derek Alexander, the Browns' 2nd pick on the first round out of Michigan. Actually had a problem with drops as a senior at Michigan. He has made some outstanding plays in this his rookie year. Pass intended for the tight end Kinchin, covered by Clifton. There's Wally Williams starting at center for the injured Steve Everett. Wally Williams has been a free agent surprise out of Florida A&M. Cleveland offensive line has played very well. And there is one of your favorites, Steve Everett, who is sidelined by a pinched nerve in his neck.
Michael Dean Perry says about this man, half ape.
Very, very kind.
I'll tell you, he's a great player, Everett. Boy, I mean, he really is a good center.
Second and 10 at the 41. Penalty flag. Too much time.
You know what? We were talking to Testaverde.
Ball start, 69, offense. Still second down.
Doug Dawson. We were talking to Testaverde about the difference between Wally Williams and Everett. And Wally Williams is shorter, and he said it doesn't help him a lot because he's got to get down more in his stance underneath the center, and he doesn't get away from the center as fast.
Wally Williams, the center. There he is. Testaverde leading down lower. Doug Dawson, Bob Dahl are the guards. Gene Williams and Tony Jones are the tackles. Second down and 15. And Testaverde throwing, almost intercepted by James Hasty. The pass intended for Derek Alexander.
James Hasty was on Keenan McCardle in the corner, and he came in, and when he saw the pass being thrown, he came in for the interception. Doesn't make the catch. But he's on the outside on Keenan McCardle. You see right here? Now watch. He sees the ball being thrown, so he goes to the ball, leaves his man, helps out in the secondary. Good play.
That brings up a third and 15. The Cleveland Browns 27, the New York Jets nothing. Browns on their way to a record of 4-1. Testaverde took the deep drop and then finds the tight end Kinchin. Looks to be short of a first down. Marcus Turner, Ronnie Lott combined make the stop. Crowd urging the Browns to go for it.
They are from James Jones. When you see 96, the defensive lineman win the ball game, they're going for it. And James Hasty is saying, don't run wide, please.
James Jones came up with a crunching block in a goal line situation, which led to a touchdown. Bill Belichick and the Browns asking the crowd to quiet down. This is Biner, and it looks like he is short of the first down. Mo Lewis making the tackle on Ernest Biner. Earlier, actually on the very first series, the Browns lost the services of Tommy Vardell because of a knee sprain. Browns fall short of the first down. Back in Cleveland, the Jets taking over on downs. First down at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake. Trudeau to the sideline for Monk. And Art Monk on the reception. That's his 4th of the day. And that's good for 18 yards.
Monk makes a move, and Griffin is covering him right here. He takes him to the post a little bit right there, holds him out, and then comes back to the ball. And you see how long Monk had to go back to the ball? That's because the timing between Trudeau and the receivers really isn't there yet.
Well, the last time that the Browns faced Art Monk, he caught 7 passes for 106 yards in a convincing Redskin win over Cleveland. That was several years back. First down at the 48. Again, the play action. Trudeau with the pass. And completes to Mitchell. Johnny Mitchell for 21 on the pickup.
It's amazing when you have time to throw the ball, Marv, how accurately you can throw it and how you can move the ball downfield. And here you see Trudeau. He goes back and he has time. He looks over the field. He looks right. He looks left. And then he steps up, and now he has Mitchell. I mean, when you have this much time, first of all, the receivers can get open, which Mitchell did, and the quarterback has time to get the ball to him.
First down at the 31. Once again on this series, the Jets giving Jim Sweeney, the starting center, a breather. Cal Dixon is in at center. Trudeau with a quick release. Looked like it hit someone in the helmet and was deflected off the helmet of Johnson and is ruled incomplete.
The ball hits Johnny Johnson in the head because Trudeau's going to dump it. He didn't read the back coming up in the coverage. They were coming up in a blitz coverage. And Trudeau was trying to hit Johnson real quick coming out of the backfield. Johnson wasn't ready, and the ball hit him in the head. Here we go. To the right of your screen, Johnson peeling out of the backfield right there. Turner is on him. Trudeau gets hit.
It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the Cleveland 31. That looked to be a draw play, but it did not work. Johnny Johnson taking the handoff.
Dan Footman just grabbed Johnson and brought him down. This is the one off of Johnny Johnson's head again when Trudeau is going to throw the ball. Johnny Johnson is going to come out to the left of your screen, and he really doesn't read that the safety is right there. Look at Johnson isn't even looking. The ball hit him in the head. Turner was there covering. Ball's on the ground, guys.
It's a 3rd and 12 at the Browns 33. Here's Monk putting moves on. Trying to spin, but he's brought down at the 25 by Langham. And that is shy of a first down.
Monk read the blitz. He tapped the top of his helmet. I don't know if that was the play that was called, but he goes underneath in the middle. The blitz is on. They're only man-to-man coverage in the secondary, and then Monk's wide open. 4th down, they're going. They have to.
11 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Browns up 27-0. The deepest penetration for the Jets. Prior to this, the Cleveland 23. That's been it. Trudeau can't find anyone. Now throwing for the end zone, and it's broken up. Antonio Langham got a hand on it to keep it away from Rob Moore. And the ball will go back to the Browns when we come back. Yes, among the crowd of 76,188, that's 2,000 shy of a sellout here in Cleveland Stadium. They did not sell out in time for local television. But most of this crowd has certainly enjoyed what they have seen. The Browns with a 27-0 lead on the Jets, and they take over at the 25-yard line with a 27-0 lead. Here's Ernest Biner, and a penalty marker is down. Donald Evans on the stop.
Johnny Greer threw the flag, holding. Referee throws the flag. So you don't have to confer with anybody. Why you confer with them? You're the one that threw the flag.
Holding, 69, offense, still first down.
All right. Antonio Langham on Rob Moore. Coverage on the outside. Rob Moore on the rookie. They chuck at the line. Now here's the play. They're both there. Just gets his arm up. Antonio Langham. That's a good play. Really is a good play. Here it is again from this angle. You see the hand go up. Rob Moore has no chance for the ball. Looking for a call. There was none.
And on that holding call on Doug Dawson, it's a 1st and 20 back at the 15-yard line. Ernest Biner making the catch. Stopped by Mo Lewis. We're set for another update. Let's check in with Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marv, in Indianapolis, Rick Mirer has thrown his 6th touchdown pass of the season. This one a 30-yarder to Kelvin Martin, and the Colts lead is down to 2. It's 17-15 early in the 4th quarter. Marv and Paul.
Thank you, Greg. Next week, the Jets home for Indianapolis, followed by a home game against the New England Patriots. Next week, the Browns have an open date. It's a bye week, and they won't mind it. They are a pretty banged-up team, although we could not tell it here this afternoon the way they have played. Derek Alexander with another reception. Ronnie Lott, James Hasty make the stop. That's good for 12. Look at that Cleveland upcoming schedule. Off next week. Then at Houston, home for Cincinnati. They play at Denver, back home for New England. Not a bad schedule from the Browns' point of view.
Well, after the first 5 weeks, the toughest game on that schedule is going to be New England. That's a bye in 4 games after that.
It's a Cleveland team with wins over the likes of Cincinnati, Arizona, and Indianapolis. It has certainly been a favorable schedule. 3rd and 8 at the 27. Testaverde being chased, and he slipped down, covered up by Houston, who will get credit for the sack. That's a loss of 12 on the play. And the Jets next Sunday back home. Indianapolis Colts, followed by a home game against New England, then a bye week, and again they play the Colts, this time in Indianapolis, and back home for Buffalo. But this is a Jet team that will end the day at 2 up and 3 down, and if they thought they had troubles following the loss to the Chicago Bears, this will not be a very pleasant week following this performance here against Cleveland. Another beautiful punt by Cooper, who has had a sensational day. Here's Hicks, and over to good goal. The coverage team has been superb for the Browns. That time Mike Caldwell made the tackle. Recapping the scoring, a 37-yard touchdown run by Eric Metcalf, 23-yard field goal by Matt Stover. Ernest Biner took it in from a yard out. It was 17-0. They made it 24-0 on an 18-yard run by Horde, and then Stover hit from 45, and the Browns on top, 27-0. Trudeau trying to hit more. It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Langham providing the coverage. Coming into today, the Jets in regular season play had won 5 of the last 6 against the Browns. The Browns' last win against the Jets, September of 1989. But this has been a very convincing performance. The Jets have been out of this one since the 2nd quarter.
And then you look down their bench and they know it.
Trudeau couldn't find anyone, and then goes over the middle, connecting with Rob Moore. Eric Turner on the stop, and it's a 22-yard pickup.
Trudeau just gets it away because Michael Dean Perry was right there about to put the hammer on him, and he gets the ball away to Moore coming across the middle.
Rookie from Wyoming, Ryan Yarborough, activated last week for the first time on the field for this series, as is Anthony Johnson. And Trudeau completes to Yarborough. That's his first NFL reception. Stopped by Mike Caldwell. Yarborough, a 2nd-round draft pick, one of the most prolific receivers in college football history at Wyoming. And in the lineup here on this series. 2nd down and 6. And again, it's Yarborough, and he has a first down. But the Jets now getting lots of room to operate. Mark Rippon now limbering up. And perhaps he will get some late game action with this one out of sight.
Well, that time Trudeau got hit by Footman at the end, and he got up limping just a little bit.
First down at the 24 as we come up on 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. That's a timing cutting. Touchdown! Rob Moore with a beautiful catch. And he beat Antonio Langham, a 24-yard touchdown pass play.
It took a long time to say touchdown. Rob Moore goes out. Del Spear is down there along with Antonio Langham. Here's Antonio Langham on Rob Moore. They're going downfield. Look at Moore stretching out. The ball is up in the air. He had to catch that with one hand because his left hand is not even into play here. Watch his right hand. He's going to catch it with one hand. He reaches out. There's the one-handed grab, grabs the ball comes back to him, touchdown. Delsper saying, no, the ball hit the ground. It did not. The official was right on top of it.
Took a little time before he gave the indication, wanted to be sure, and penalty markers are down as Nick Lowry is getting set to attempt the extra point.
What a tremendous catch by Rob Moore. There you go.
False start, 77, offense.
That is Matt Willig. Backup offensive lineman, so they move it further away. Nick Lowry last week uncharacteristically missed 2 field goals, both from 40+. And again, a flag is thrown.
There is a flag on the conversion.
It's against Cleveland. They will take the extra point, and they'll be penalized on the kickoff, the Browns, which may set up now the onside kick.
So the Jets
Holding, number 68, defense. A pull and shoot. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
The old pull and shoot.
Yes, a little correction on that. Number 78, Dan Footman, called on the penalty. We'll be right back. Well, the New York Jets now trailing the Cleveland Browns 27-7. The Jets go 5 plays, 62 yards in a minute and 32. The Jets with their first touchdown the last 7 quarters. Their last touchdown coming against the Bears on Sunday night in the first quarter, and they are lined up for the onside. Some of the good hands people up front: Stephon Moore, Eric Turner up front for the Browns.
Good hands people.
Yes.
Sounds great.
6:55 remaining in this fourth quarter. And a fair catch taken by Leroy Horde. A moment ago, Rob Moore with a beautiful catch, putting the move on the rookie corner Antonio Langham. Rob Moore with the touchdown. Rob doing it despite the broken wrist. And for more on that, let's go down to Marianne Grabavoy.
Well, Marv, the fact that Rob Moore's been playing with a broken left wrist since the second game of the preseason is a testament to his desire, but also to aggressive sports medicine. He's wearing a cast like this with some protective padding around it. But I got to tell you, this guy changes casts like he changes socks. When he's off the field, they take it off, and he wears a battery-operated bone stimulator with a splint. The bone stimulator sends electrical impulses. It promotes the blood flow. It promotes healing. He says if all goes well, everything will come off. It'll be healed. He won't have a cast in about 3 to 4 weeks, and that's good news for Moore because at the end of the season, he becomes a free agent. And as he told me, you got to have big numbers to get the big paycheck. Hard to argue with. Marv, back to you.
Hi, Marianne. And on first down, Testaverde trying to hit Alexander, and Aaron Glenn had a shot to pick it off. It'll be a 2nd and 10 back at the 28 with 6:46 to go in this fourth quarter.
We saw Rippon loosening up, but when the Jets scored, they put Testaverde back into the ball game. And Rippon goes back to the clipboard.
Mark Rippon coming off a frustrating season in Washington. He was released by the Redskins, turned down a major cut in salary. Mark was hobbled by a knee injury. This is a guy who in 1991 was the Super Bowl most valuable player and a Pro Bowl starter. Testaverde completing to Alexander, covered up by Clifton. Crowd looking for a flag on a hard hit by Kyle Clifton.
Don't you like the call? They went to Alexander the play before, and it didn't work. Almost picked off by Aaron Glenn. Now they come back, same play, same guy. First down.
7th catch of the day for Derek Alexander. He had 10 in all coming into the game. The rookie from Michigan having a sensational day. And a first down at the 41 for the Browns. Metcalf in motion. Biner on the handoff. Stopped at the line. Tony Casillas making his first start as a Jet. Well, with all those injuries in the front four, made the stop. A mother-to-be is murdered. The father-to-be did it. And one Chicago cop must bring him to justice. Brian Dennehy stars in an all-new Jack Reed movie. That's tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, here on NBC.
I like him. He's very good. Brian Dennehy.
2nd down and 9 at the 42.
That remind you a lot of him?
In no way that I can think of, actually. Thank you. Testaverde. And then deflected. Intended for Keenan McCardle.
Eric Metcalf was upset. He thought he was wide open, and Testaverde didn't see him. He was moving his arms, coming down the field. He's looking at the bench now. How many times I got to get open? Here he comes out of the backfield. Is he open? Is he open? He's open. Oh, yo, I'm open. I'm open.
It's a 3rd and 9 at the 42. McCardle to the left and Alexander right. Intended for Carrier. He was covered by Hasty, and that will bring on Tom Tupa, who has had a spectacular day. 5 punts, including one from 65, one from 60, one from 51, and one from 49. Not bad.
Not a bad kicker. I'll tell you, Bill Belichick is not happy with that offensive display. I mean, this team is up 27-7. They're trying to get out of here. Run the ball.
Clifford Hicks is back. And Hicks had a lunge to make that catch. May have lost it momentarily in the sun. It's a 33-yard punt. And the Jets will take over with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining. Look at the standings in the AFC West. We were talking about Seattle playing Indianapolis, going in with a record of 3-1. San Diego at 4-0. Kansas City and Seattle 3 up and 1 down. LA Raiders 1-3. And Denver at 0-4. And next week, Kansas City against San Diego. The Raiders are playing at New England, so the AFC West in action in the later portion of the NBC schedule. A completion to Anthony Johnson for the first time today. Stretching out to the 32. Stephon Moore on the stop. It's an 8-yard pickup. Stephon Moore, a one-time New York Jet. He was a 7th-round draft pick of the Jets back in 1989 in his 6th NFL campaign out of Ole Miss. 2nd down and 2. And here's Trudeau. It is caught on the deflection. The catch by Johnny Mitchell for a first down. Pepper Johnson on the tackle, and that's good for 11.
Mike Caldwell had an interception, might have had a touchdown. The ball went through his hands, but Johnny Mitchell, heads up, kept his eye on the ball and made the catch.
Jets now have Stevie Anderson to the left. And the rookie from Wyoming, Ryan Yarborough, to the right. First down at the 45-yard line. A completion to Anderson.
Trudeau's pass completed.
Short hookup, Caldwell and Langham combined to make the tackle with just under 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. And Trudeau with lots of room to operate. At this time, it's really opened up. That's the way the Browns are playing it.
Oh, yeah, you got two safeties. They're 25 yards away, and they back up going away.
And that intended for Anthony Johnson. It'll be a third down and 6 at midfield.
Marv, when I was talking about when you take a look at your safeties, look at these two guys way back here in the corner, and just watch what happens to them as soon as the ball snaps. When that ball is snapped, they're out of your picture. They're gone. They're heading downfield. Here they go. They wait for anything that comes deep. They're going to give you everything underneath.
The numbers on Jack Trudeau, 23 of 41, 245 yards, but these are stats you can just throw away. He has not been able to get anything going. Earlier, did not get the protection. That time a bullet was dropped. And Johnny Mitchell continues to have his problems.
He really does. I mean, that ball hits him right in the hands, and whether he's trying to turn and run with the ball before you get it or not. And you see that the Jets are going to punt. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, you're going to get beat 27-7. 34-7 doesn't look all that bad either.
Brian Hansen will drop in the punt formation for New York.
So Brian Hansen will punt it away to the combination of Eric Metcalf and Keenan McCardle, and a timeout has been called by the Jets. We're down to 3:28 remaining in this fourth quarter. Browns breaking this open with 17 points in the second quarter, and they are on their way to making it a record of 4-1 for the first time since 1979. Bill Belichick in his fourth season as head coach of the Browns. Last year, as we touched on earlier, not pleasant for Belichick after he benched the popular Bernie Kosar for Vinny Testaverde, leading to the eventual release of Kosar. Then last year, Art Modell, the owner of the Browns, gave Bill Belichick a 5-year extension, kind of responding to the fans reacting against Belichick after that controversy concerning Bernie Kosar. So a very strong vote of confidence. And the Browns look to be a solid football team despite the quality of opposition that they have faced. Hansen puts it into the end zone as a flag was thrown. It's a 51-yard punt, but let's check out the penalty.
Well, I'm looking on the top side. I see Boomer Esiason throwing the ball, and just don't even. There's no reason for him to go into a football game.
Illegal motion, 37. Offense, it's declined.
He's just loosening up.
The illegal motion penalty called on Pryor. So the Browns will start from their 20. Vinny Testaverde remaining in at quarterback. And this Cleveland defensive line has done an excellent job. It is a line that been shuffled because of injury. Steve Everett is out, so Wally Williams has moved over from guard as he did last week, and he was very effective last week. Doug Dawson playing at the left guard for Williams. Tony Jones at left tackle. Bob Dahl at right guard. Gene Williams at right tackle. And they played well. First down at the 20-yard line. Here's Leroy Horde, who has had an outstanding day, stopped by the combination of Kurt Barber and Ronnie Lott.
I did these guys in preseason, the Cleveland Browns, and I'm going to tell you something about them. They have a lot of depth, and that's what's going to make this team play a lot better than they have played in the past. They're going to be 4-1 coming out of this ball game, but they have depth on this football team, not only on offense, but also on defense.
The Jets have taken their second timeout. Well, stay with us. Following the Jets and the Browns, Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs standing by to bring you all the scores and highlights on the Head and Shoulders NFL Live postgame report. That'll be immediately following the conclusion of our game. We're down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds in this fourth quarter.
A long fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? Very cool.
They don't ever go to running time, do they, in the NFL?
You mean like the hula ball?
If you think it was long, think of the Jet coaching staff.
Oh, boy.
And they're going to be looking at this over and over during the course of the week. 2nd down and 10 at the 20. Metcalf trying to get to the outside, picked up a couple, tripped up by Paul Fraze. And right here we'll check in for an update. Here's Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marv, at Indianapolis, Seattle coach Tom Flores said no to a field goal attempt that would have put his team on top, and Rick Meyer was sacked for the 5th time of the day on 4th and 4. The Colts still hold on to a 2-point lead. Just over 3 minutes to play in Indianapolis, Marv.
All right, Greg. We approached 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and the Browns with a 27-7 advantage on the Jets. When we resume, it will be a 3rd down and 8 for Cleveland at their 22.
And the Jets have taken their last time out. Doesn't make any difference. 2 minutes, they'll get one more, but it wouldn't make any difference anyway. They just, you know, this is one of those games sometimes, you know, you really have to think hard about whether you want to go to or not to your team, because there aren't very many bright spots in this ball game.
Backfield of Ford and Biner. And it's Biner, the second back coming through. And he's stopped by Bobby Houston, short of the 1st down. So here comes Tom Tufa getting set to punt. We'd like to thank the executive producer of NBC Sports, Tommy Roy, the coordinating producer of the NFL on NBC, John Paratzis, the producer of today's telecast, David Neal, our director, Dick Klein, statistician, Barry Hunkhauser. Filling big shoes, Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb on another assignment call. And also thanks to our spotters, John Betchko and Jeff Fenner. Here's Clifford Hicks on the punt return. And a 51-yard punt by Tufa. 4-yard return.
And Benny Thompson down making another play on special teams. Number 37. They don't even list him anywhere else. I mean, they have him as a defensive back. But watch this. Clifford Hicks going to move to the right. 37 going to move straight ahead. Well, you can trip him. You're not allowed to trip. I mean, your official saying there, you can't trip a man. But enough flags have been thrown.
So the Jets start out at their 26-yard line. Trudeau completing to Anthony. Mike Caldwell on the stop. Pickup of 6. And now we get the 2-minute warning, so we'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, Jets with a 2nd and 4 at the 33. Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium. This one is winding down. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And the Browns with a 27-7 lead on the Jets. 2nd down and 3 from the 34 in Jet territory. And Trudeau completes for the 1st down to the tight end, Johnny Mitchell. Antonio Langham among a host of Browns to get to Mitchell, who is gang tackle. That's good for 25 yards, but these are just cosmetic statistics.
I mean,
Actually, it's been that way, Paul, for the entire 4th quarter.
Yeah, they look so great when you look at them on Monday morning, but you look at that number of points you scored, that's the one that tells you what's going on.
Number 42, the swing from Morrell. Morrell broke a couple of tackles to get the yard marker. That's good for 11. It is a 1st down as the Jets try to get to that line of scrimmage in a hurry. We come up on 1 minute remaining. Jets 1st down at the Browns 31. And Trudeau intercepted. The pass intended for Mitchell and picked off by Tim Jacobs, a backup corner. Jack Trudeau picked off for the second time this afternoon. Jacobs, a second-year man from Delaware, comes up with the interception.
Jacobs makes the interception, and they're just playing. The short guys are still up short. All the safeties are deep. And it looks like Mitchell slipped and was starting to go down when this ball is thrown. He doesn't have really much of a chance at it. He was on the ground. He was slipping and falling down. Good play by the defense. Here, do you see Mitchell's down? He slipped down trying to come back to the ball. Jacobs is there and makes the play, and that's the ball game, boys.
Tim Jacobs spent all of last year on the Browns practice squad. This is first NFL interception. A little pushing and shoving here as the Browns are just looking to run out the clock. Down to 40 seconds. So Bill Belichick's Cleveland Browns will go to a record of 4-1, and Pete Carroll, who came into today's game in what many people felt was a desperation time for the Jets. Jets felt that might have been overkill in terms of labeling the game. Some called it a crisis game, but certainly the biggest game of their season, and they are beaten soundly by a Brown team that has come through with a solid effort, led by the quarterback, Vinny Testaverde, and running back Leroy Hoare. Testaverde at 21 for 36, 257 yards. As the Browns defeat the Jets 27-7, and the employee owners of Avis salute the game's most valuable player, Leroy Hoare, as the winner of the We Try Harder award. That's Avis, the official rental company of the National Football League. Leroy Hoare running for 18 yards in the second quarter off the draw to extend to a 24-0 Cleveland lead. And Leroy Hoare with an excellent all-around performance, both on the ground and as a receiver. 6 catches for Hoare for 40 yards. And he carried the ball 6 times for 30 yards. Jack Trudeau in the starting lineup for the injured Boomer Esiason had his problems. You just saw Vinny Testaverde fire the ball into the dog pound as a memento for the fans here in Cleveland. Trudeau finished at 28 for 46, 286 yards. So for Paul Maguire, I'm Marv Albert. Again, the final. The Browns 27, the Jets 7. When we return, we'll switch to Greg Gumbel in New York.